Compagno is a legal analyst and former federal attorney, and she joins us tonight. So, Emily, at this point, we know that Lisa Bloom, who for years has posed as a champion of women, particularly of victims of sexual assault, took money to flack, in essentially, for Harvey Weinstein, discredit his victims. TMZ reports she recorded one of them in an effort to discredit her. And now we learned that she's profiting from the sexual harassment claims of this next set of women. Why is she still able to do this? How does she get a pass to continue this pretty lucrative career she has, flacking for people like this?
Exactly. What I find so disturbing here, there's an element of hypocrisy fatigue here, frankly. And what is so disappointing about this in particular is that this is an attorney who's purporting to be a champion of these women's rights and values. And attorneys, especially in this realm, are supposed to be advocates. And that's more than just showing up in court. So the fact that she is subjecting these women to another round of abuse and trauma and shaming is incredibly disappointing here. And it's not illegal for PACs to pay for true stories and to dig up dirt. We've seen it in the past with David Brock and Larry Flint. But again, the fact that it's coming from an attorney is incredibly disappointing. And it takes a lot more in the state of California for an attorney to be admonished or disbarred. Honestly, we're not going to see that for this. But it's just a subsequent betrayal. And again, it's another unraveling and revealing of someone who's a hypocrite.
Why wouldn't the bar take action? I mean, here you have a person who was caught lying, for one. At one point, she said this of Harvey Weinstein: "I was never aware there were allegations of sexual assault." Well, of course she was. And she briefed the board of the Weinstein companies on this. I mean, her job was to protect Harvey Weinstein against these allegations. That's not enough to get a censure from the bar in California?
There's a pretty strict code of conduct in the state of California, but in terms of actual admonishment, she can be recommended for a review. But in past cases, it's just taken more for someone to be disbarred or admonished. And all of us find her behavior reprehensible and, for me, embarrassing as a California state attorney. But again, it just takes a lot more here. And that is what's so disappointing, is I think these gray areas where there's dishonesty, but what was the exact relationship and nature of her signing on the dotted line with these clients, and how, in essence, does this break a specific rule that the California State Bar or the ABA has passed? Unfortunately, it's gray. And so at this point, the illumination hopefully will decrease her client list, and that may be enough to at least, render her that she won't do this behavior in the future.
Well, you'd think she would at least be publicly discredited. It does strike me as a non-attorney as unethical that she was trying to set up media appearances for people making claims of sexual assault or harassment, and then was apparently, by her own admission, trying to take 1/3 of the fees. Is it normal to do this on commission, as she seems to be doing?
Right. I personally have not seen that in the past. And she was clear and upfront with saying, well, we take 1/3. But what I found disturbing is the fact that her justification of such was the insurance fees and the electrical bills of her law firm. It really had a minimal correlation with her representing those women on air. And frankly, as you know, media appearances are often not rewarded because the whole point is there are ethical considerations, right, to support the veracity. You don't want to cross that line or present an appearance of impropriety. So here, it's almost like she was running a racket, but because she was blatant, I don't see her being disbarred or being formally admonished. It's just simply disappointing and reprehensible. And as you said, hopefully now this revelation and illuminating it will make others refuse to work with her in the future.
Yeah, if you're paying the victims of Harvey Weinstein to lie and to vouch for his good character, don't call yourself a feminist. That would be my rule. Emily, thank you. It's great to see you.
Thank you.